Does Adams have a right to be frustrated?
Yeah, he has a right. They're not having success. This is not what he planned for when he went to Las Vegas. Now, fortunately, it's a lot of season left. But you sitting here at an 0-3 record, you consider the top wide receiver by a lot of people in the NFL. He's been targeted, not unsuccessfully. Him and Derek Carr, obviously, we talked about their relationship coming into the season. Josh McDaniels coming over. I think somebody need to look at Josh McDaniels, too, while we start talking about Derek Carr and how bad he's performing in this offense. We also need to couple Josh McDaniels in that conversation because we all talked about him potentially being one of the better coaches in the NFL. It's not working out right now. And for what you want Davante Adams to do? Get on camera and be like, oh, it's okay. We're 0-3. Everything's fine. I'm not mad about it. We'll get it right. I hate when dudes do that. This is a business of winning. That's what the NFL is. And when you got great players like Davante Adams is, and they're not having success based on where he's come from, you're supposed to be frustrated and angry about being 0-3 with what you thought you were going to be coming into the season. It's warranted. I think they will get it right because of the veteran presence and the guys that's on this team. But, yeah, he has every right to be frustrated.
Well, listen, this serves him right as far as I'm concerned. Why would you ever leave Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay for Las Vegas and Derek Carr?
Doggy, don't do that. Don't do that, doggy.
Why would you do it?
Don't do that.
Well, don't do that. But, Marcus, why would you do it? You don't leave a great quarterback. Derek Carr's not a great quarterback. He did not know if the
quarterback was coming back. He didn't know if the quarterback was coming back.
Oh, quarterback was coming back. You thought that. I thought that. The whole world thought he was coming back. Where was he going? Oh, I did. You did too. Come on, Marcus. You thought.
No, I did.
After last year, he was coming back. He was coming back.
So Davante Adams lying when he said that Aaron Rodgers being up in the air about what he was going to do? You think he lying about that?
Well, why did he pick up the phone and call Aaron Rodgers and ask if he was coming back?
I don't know what he did, doggy. This is what he said.
I mean,
it ain't me saying it. Go ahead and finish what you're saying. That's crazy.
I thought he left the Packers because he wanted to play with his best friend Derek Carr. I thought he left Green Bay because his whole idea was to play with his buddy Carr. Why would you leave that great market with that good team, great quarterback in that lousy division? Why would you leave that to go to the Raiders, who don't have who the owners never won? The owners never won there. The owners never won. The city is not a great NFL town, and Derek Carr is not a great quarterback. Why would you do that? That makes any sense. You go where the quarterback is. So now that he's moaning and groaning in the 0-3, I can't listen to it. I can't listen to it. Can't listen to it. And by the way, one stat for him, so it makes it fun. You know, there's only one team in the last 11 years that was 0-3 and made the playoffs. Only one, the Houston Texans. So he's not making the playoffs. He's not making the postseason. So he's got 15 games or 14 games and not making the postseason.
A couple of things. First of all, let's calm down. Let's calm down our emotions.
You don't tell nobody to calm down. You do not. You are not the person to tell nobody to calm down.
Let's be cool, all right? Let's just be cool, all right? That's number one. Number two, Doggy, let me give you a list of reasons. Let me give you a list of reasons you leave Green Bay.
What's that?
Because it's Green Bay. I mean, it's cold, all right? I mean, cheese, a lot of cheese in there.
It's a great football city.
Well, you think? What else they got up there? I'm not aware. I'm not aware. I'm just saying. I mean, stop it. I mean, you're damn right. It's a good football town. What else they got? Okay. I mean, I understand. I mean, listen. You want to go to Green Bay? You fly to Milwaukee and you drive. I mean, that's my knowledge. I mean, I'm not aware of any other way to get there. I'm just not aware of it. I mean, I'm not saying it, but I'm not aware. Okay. So I understand where you're coming from, but let's also take other things into consideration here. It's Sin City, and I got news for you, brother. You talk about they ain't a football town. They don't have to be a football town. It's Sin City. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, okay? Because your life matters. All right, now let's get that out the way. Now let's get to the football portion of it. Aaron Rodgers is dancing around the notion that he might not stick around for long, that even if he were to come back, that the days were dwindling and he was contemplating moving on, going on some diet and traveling, Lord knows where, and all of this other stuff that he was doing. You're Davante Adams, you're thinking long term. You're thinking long term. The real issue, doggy, is not that he left Green Bay for Vegas, okay? The real issue was not that he left Aaron Rodgers. The real issue was that he rolled there with his buddy Derek Carr, who's got to show up. 60% of his passes are completed only. 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. By the way, you in a division with Russell Wilson, who's shown some slippage, by the way. You have Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. You're talking about Derek Carr perpetually, for years to come, being at best the third best quarterback in his own division. That's problematic. And if you're Davante Adams, you clearly believed that you could help change that. Well, guess what? Thus far, that has not happened. Now, a guy getting popped, fumbling the football, stuff like that, that's not Derek Carr's fault, and I get that. But he's overthrown, he's underthrown, he's not handling pressure well. Some decisions he's not making, that's as adroit as he was last year, and what have you. Derek Carr is a good dude, really good face of a franchise, says all the right things, but appears allergic to winning.
Well, first of all, hold on a second.
He's not winning. Now, don't get me wrong. He's not some loser, but he's not winning.
Stephen
And
A.
if you're Davante Adams, you clearly believe you could change that. I understand it, but you need a quarterback to do it when you're a wide receiver.
Did Derek Carr?
I'm blaming Josh McDaniels, too, by the way. You are right about Josh McDaniels.
Thank you. Please, thank you so much for saying that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.